I can remember the day I heard you have cancer. I can remember down to the shoes I was wearing, the clothing, the phone I was holding, where I was standing in the room. And I know that sounds strange, you know, when you tell this to people or they ask you about this, it truly is something that just stays in your mind and you can't shake it. I can remember exactly where I was the first time in 1988, when my vibrant, amazing mother, at the age of 43, called to tell me she had stage 4 breast cancer. I went through the stages of sadness to helplessness to extreme anger. My mother and father had assured me, as being an only child, that she was going to beat this cancer. I didn't know much about it, and my mother was a warrior. Imagine in today's world, for anyone's family members or friend that's been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, to be given the direction of we're only going to do a unilateral mastectomy would be unheard of today. But that's what they did back in 1989. So my mother went through with a unilateral mastectomy, and a few weeks later she went through multiple chemotherapy and radiations, and they were one on top of another. It was every other day, and she would get sick, and then she would feel horrible, and then she would go back, and it was just torture day after day. So I remember being the family of laughter that we were. I remember trying to make us all laugh, and my mom laughing all the way. And the thing she would laugh about is the terrible wigs that friends would give her. I mean, she looked ridiculous, but we laughed because she had no other alternative, and laughter was the only thing we could enjoy at that part. But what I really remember those times was my mother's self-consciousness due to the mutilation of her body from the surgery and radiation. The only way for my mother not to be embarrassed of her body to go outside was to put this fake prosthesis in one side of her bra and then take 3 athletic socks around there so that she wasn't embarrassed because only one side of her breast was missing. Man, and I know a lot of people would say, and I even at that point you go, oh, just be happy you're alive. But when your body's mutilated in that way and your identity of who you are as a woman gets taken away, it was very difficult for her. We felt like we beat the odds until 5 years to the day my mother was first diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. She was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer that had gone into her bones. My mother was a warrior, and she went to battle again and suffered with severe pain every day for 4 years. More chemo, more radiation. My mother passed 10 years after her first cancer diagnosis at the very youthful age of 53. Her pain was over, but our pain deepened from the horrible loss of a mother. And I hope people watching this tonight never have to live or experience this of a loved one. The second time I heard the words, "you have cancer," was in 2013 when I personally was told you have breast cancer at the age of 48. I was devastated. I did everything I was told. I was getting mammograms since I was at 30 years old. I had a healthy, active lifestyle and diet. I tested negative for both the genetic BRCA1 and 2. I'm like, I'm good. But to be told at age 48 you have breast cancer, I thought I beat the odds. My scary thought, and of course everybody's mind was, am I going to take the same journey my mother took? The difference was cancer research, early detection had come a long way since 1988. I was stage 1 versus my mother being stage 4. That's a big difference. A routine mammogram followed up by a 3D mammogram basically made the difference between life and death for me. I had a left side lumpectomy, which was not successful, and then needed a radical bilateral mastectomy in 2013. The best news was waking up from a 6.5-hour surgery of all that worrying and to hear the doctor say, "We got the cancer and your lymph nodes are 100% clear." I knew there was a journey ahead, but I know that my mother didn't get the news, that good of news that I did. So every single cancer patient has options along the journey. I've talked to so many women and men who have been diagnosed with cancer, and truly everyone has a different diagnosis and a different journey and different treatments. I'm sharing my story right now to help everyone understand that cancer is not easy, and all cancers are not created equal. I will tell you that 1 out of every 2 people will develop some form of cancer diagnosis in their lifetime. I had the opportunity a few years ago to join the West Michigan American Cancer Society Board to continue the fight, the battle against cancer. The continued research and education are astounding. I often wonder if the research and technology back in 1988 that we have today was treating my mother, would she still be here today? I believe she would. We need to continue testing and research. That's why we're all gathered here tonight at the 2nd annual Taste of Hope. Please don't ever think your donation is not big enough or important enough. Every dollar helps us fight the cancer battle and allow our loved ones to have a chance to live. Thank you.